Last time on Taverns and Caverns Side Story Special, at the beginning of our last episode, our group was alerted by Tarako and his crew that the ship was being attacked by delicious-looking sea monsters known as Sahagwins. After a long battle, we defeated the salty sea folk without trouble. Thanks to Benno's spectacular failure, we also found a gnome named Biggie Smalley stowed away in a barrel. Starved from burning so many combat calories, our group decided to cook, eat, and eventually rest for the remainder of the trip. We began this leg of our journey setting sail for the small port village of Wahima, located in the Iwatsumi Isles on Tagomi Island. Side Story Special, Part 3.
The next day comes by, and everyone is able to remain on the ship with Turako and his crew for the next couple of days. We're going to do some fast traveling. And you're able to finally see land. In the distance is the island of Tagomi Isle. Taruko, the orc captain, he points out towards Tagomi Isles and he yells out to let you guys know that, hey, going to be there in the next couple of hours. And he is going to be taking you to a place, a small village, or I should say a small town, not necessarily a village, but a small town known as the town of Wahima. It is a small port town that is known for basically fishermen. You can see the village of Wahima after a couple of hours, and eventually you dock. And as you get there, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And when you see the small town of Wahima, you notice there are a couple of somewhat tall outposts that are made out of wood surrounding the town. It looks like there are guards from a military of some kind that are protecting this town. But when you finally dock and you all begin to step off the ship, Turuko and the rest of his crew are going to step out as well. And I don't have a map specifically for the dock, so let's not worry too much about the map for now. But as everyone begins to walk off the ship, you are met by several soldiers who have light armor on. Imagine some fantasy samurai-like armor that these soldiers have. There's about 20 of them standing near the docks, greeting all of you as you step onto the docks. And Turako, as you get close to the soldiers, he looks at the rest of you. All right. I've dealt with the Tagomi soldiers before. Let me talk to them. I'll explain what's going on. No one say anything crazy, all right? As long as we're all against Koldar, we're safe. And as he walks forward, one of the soldiers goes, Halt! Where do you hail from, adventurers? Where do you come from? And the orc, Turako, he steps up. I am Turako Windseer. This is my crew, and we picked up a couple of civilians from the town in Aloria known as Dolrin. We were attacked by the Koldarians, and we had to flee. This was the closest place we could flee to. We don't have enough resources to reach the nation of Shimada. We only request to stay here for the night to replenish our supplies, and we'll be out of your hair within first thing tomorrow morning. At least my crew and I will be. My friends here are adventurers and civilians from Dolrin that had to flee. I can't speak for them. They might stay, or they might come with me and my crew. The option is theirs. But we're fleeing the Koldarians. The rest of Aloria is taken over. There's no running from them if you're still there. So please, if you would have us for the night, we won't make a ruckus and we will be peaceful. And as he speaks towards one of the soldier, he nods and he looks over at the rest of you, inspecting all of your gear. And he can tell that you're not Koldarians from how you're all looking based off your clothing and everything. He just, very well. There is an inn, not too far, in the center of town. You may rest there for the night and replenish any of the supplies you need to travel. For your friends here, the civilians from Dolrin, welcome to the town of Wahima. We are protected by the Tagomi clan. This is Tagomi Island, and we are currently against the Koldarian forces, so you are safe here. But please keep in mind that the town is protected by us. Do not do anything foolish, and you will be safe. And as he does so, the soldiers move to the side to allow you all to walk into town. And as you all enter the town, again, it's nothing exciting. It's fairly small, mostly made up of fishers and a couple of blacksmiths. Not really all that much. Some farmers. You notice outside the town, there's a forest and some open land leading further into the land of Togami Island. But for the most part, it's a peaceful town. but there is an inn for you all to go to rest up at. But after the soldiers allow you all to break through, Biggie Smalley, he looks up at you guys. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to that inn, and I'm going to find me some nice food, and we're going to take it easy. I got to figure out what I'm doing from now on here, but I'll see you guys later. And he runs off to try and find this inn or this tavern. But Turako, he looks at the rest of you. All right, friends, the decision is here. What are you all going to do with yourselves? You gonna join me and my crew tomorrow morning and set sail for the safety of the nation Shimada back on the mainland? Or are you gonna decide to stay here on Tagomi Isle in the Uetsuni Isles region? What are you all gonna do?
Well, first things first, are you gonna compensate us for saving your entire crew and you and the ship?
Yes, of course. I did not forget that. Speaking of, since you've brought that up, I was going to bring it up here. But because of the protection you provided us during our travels, my crew and I, we have gathered some of our extra stashed cash, our gold. We can't give you everything, but we can give you all enough gold that will give you a room to sleep in here in Wahima for the next couple of nights. And give you enough money to buy some food, too, for the next couple of days. I hope this is more than enough to appease yourselves, but here is a bag of gold, and he hands Rainy a bag of about 20 gold, which is more than enough for all 5 of you to rest at the tavern here in town for a couple of nights, as well as feed yourselves for a couple of days. But he provides you that bag of 20 gold, and he goes, that's about all we can give you, but it will last you at least a week here in Wahima. Don't spend it all at one place.
I won't. Thanks, dude.
What about my fish?
Oh, yes, I have your fish. Here. One of his crewmates brings over a smaller barrel, and he opens it. There. How about you can pick any number of those fish. You can grab 5 of the fishes in there.
All right, she will reach in and grab 5.
And I'm sorry, I know you prepared your fishing rod or rope to fish the one morning. Let's go ahead and say that when you did fish that morning, you were able to catch a chunky fish. You were able to catch a decent-sized fish. A chunky.
Donkey.
Yeah. Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
I was just going to say, so she'll reach into the barrel and pull out 5 decent-sized fish. Not too large, not too small.
And the rest of you, as Turako is speaking, he looks at Dez, Pio, and Benno. What about the 3 of you? You all gonna stay here as well? Oh, you guys are quiet. You don't want to leave me, do you? You gonna miss good old Turako, huh?
You have a nice kitchen, but I think I'll be staying on the island.
Des ignores Turako and looks over at Rainy's stash of coins, and then grabs the stash of coins in the bag and dances her way towards the town.
Oh God.
Oh my God, stop! Somebody's
Hey, wait! We spot a lot. I'm not gonna spend it all on myself, but how about we just, I don't know, why don't we live a little? Like go to the bar, get some beer,
God.
lots of beer.
Why didn't you say so? Let's go!
Let's go!
I think these 2 have a problem.
No, we don't! Come on! Don't be such a square!
Don't be such a square.
We can use that money for something helpful. Why would you spend it just to get drunk?
Partying is helpful!
We're not spending all of it. Just a little tad. Come on. You know. You've been frugal your whole life.
I know
I'll get you
a hangover
4
is not worth it.
Quarter beer each for your share of the gold.
Porter beer? What is porter beer?
It's strong, dark ale.
Yes. Actually, no, I want a sample first.
Alright, I'll pour them each a thimble of porter.
A thimble.
And as you're all having this conversation, Turako, he looks at Pio. What about you? Are you going to head to Shamara with my crew and I, or are you staying here on Tagami Isle with the rest of them?
I believe I'll be staying with the crew. I'm out for a little bit of an adventure with them.
Ah, well, there you have it. Well, it was pleasure traveling with all of you lovely, lovely people. And I guess this is goodbye for now. Well, we'll be in town for the night, so you might run into us. It's a small town. But thank you for everything you guys done. That 20 gold I just gave your group is more than enough to last you a week. For all of you. So thank you again, and I hope we see you in the near future. Stay safe out there and try not to get into any trouble with those Koldarians. And as he says this, Turako and his crewmates are going to walk into town of Wahima, and they disperse to start resupplying their ship for their long travel to the nation of Shimada, leaving the group to your own devices. So, again, as you all enter the town of Wahima, there are a couple of townspeople kind of walking around, selling goods. A lot of them look your way, but most of them are fishermen and whatnot. Like I said, there's a few blacksmiths, some farmers, but it's not an exciting town whatsoever. Most of the people that look your way don't necessarily speak to you. There's no reason for them to, unless you really spoke to them or something. But you're able to find the tavern right away. It's dead center of town. And as you step into the tavern, I'm assuming Dez and Rainy, the two of you are heading there, right? Okay.
Yes.
As the two of you step into the tavern, it's for the most part dead because it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. There's not a lot going on in the tavern at this time, but there is a human at the bar, and he looks up at you as he's cleaning some glasses. And there's also another person walking around the tavern cleaning some of the tables. But as you both step in, the other three of you, do you follow them to the tavern, or do you guys do your own thing?
What time of day is it?
2 p.m.
So would there be market stalls open even outside the tavern?
Yes, there would be.
Okay. She would go to the market stalls then to look for wares.
Okay, and when you say wares, kind of
possible ingredients for his potions, I guess, and anyone that he might be able to trade his own potions with.
Okay, we could do that. That's fine. Go ahead and roll me an investigation skill check just to see how well you're able to find a stall that might have the kind of supplies you're looking for. All right, you have a 9, which is perfectly fine. It's lower than average, but that fits the story. You've never been to Wahima before. But as you're looking around, there are stalls outside, and as you're gathering your thoughts, looking at certain stalls, most of the stalls here are selling fish. Some of them actually are also selling shrimp and some other forms of seafood. But also you find there is one that has some farmed goods, such as some peppers or some veggies and whatnot. But there is one shop you do come across, a veggie stall that does have some oddities, some interesting materials such as some animal bones and possibly some leather scraps and whatnot.
I think I would like to go to the oddities market.
Okay, so as you walk up to that stall, you notice again there is this time a shifter. There's a fox shifter. And she is behind the stall as she looks up at you, and she smiles and just goes, "Welcome. What can I do for you?"
What is it that you sell here?
Mostly vegetables. I have a lot of peppers and some corn and carrots, and a couple of onions. But we do also roam the forests nearby and sell random things we come across. I have a couple of animal bones, as you can see here. I have come across some mushrooms. Skinned some leather. There are some rocks and stones of what kind that I've come across. That's about it. Anything you could find in the forest nearby. Is there something you're particularly looking for?
Ah, so you craft potions of the land.
I personally don't craft the potions, but there are people in town that use some of the ingredients that I sell that do craft potions. Is there a specific type of potion you're looking to make?
I'm looking for something to fertilize crops.
Oh, you wish to fertilize some crops. I can help with that, for sure. And she pulls out some other items and puts it onto the stall. I can sell you this supply kit to fertilize whatever you need to fertilize for, let's say about 3 gold. And it's enough, let's just say it's enough materials to fertilize a couple of crops. Let's just say you can fertilize about 10 items, cropped items.
I'll take it. 3 gold, you say?
Yes, 3 gold.
She will pay the 3 gold and take the kit.
So we'll just say it's a fertilizer kit.
Fertilizer kit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she looks at you. Is there anything else we can help you with?
I would like to take a look at your leathers as well.
Ah, yes. If you take a look here to the right on the stall, you'll find there are plenty of different types of leathers. Now, of course, we follow the great Om Nikami, and we do not waste any of the cherished animals that the forest provides for us. So here you'll find leathers from all sorts of animals, from foxes, I hate to say it, but foxes, some wolves.
Oh!
Well, I mean, the lady that's talking is a fox shifter, so she has fox characteristics about her.
That's even worse!
I know. That's why she said I hate to say it. But there's some fox wolf leather. You find some tough leather from potentially some bears. There's an assortment of different types of leathers.
Alright, we need to purge this town. It's too evil.
And do you sell needles and thread with your leathers?
Actually, we do. I do have a couple of needles and thread I could sell you. Are you looking to buy needles, thread, and leather?
I'd like a needle, some thread, and one of your bear pelts, please.
All right, that would be about the bear pelt's a thicker one, so that will be about, we'll say, for the needle thread and the bear pelt, we'll say it's about another 3 gold.
I'll take it, thank you.
All right, and with that, then she looks at you. I'm assuming that's it, or is there anything else?
That is all I require. I will be on my way.
Very well, thank you for doing business with me. And as she walks away, Pio and Benno, are the two of you also going into the tavern?
Am I allowed to go explore the forest? Just a tiny bit, not going too far.
So the forest right outside of town, it's fairly, I don't want to say massive, but it's fairly big. You don't know what kind of creatures or potential monsters might be roaming the forest, but when you get to the edge of town, like I said, it's a smaller town. You get to the edge of it, there is an outpost. Like I said, there's some towers made out of wood, and one of the soldiers looks at you, Pio, as you come closer to one of the gates that lead into the forest. He just looks at you. You looking to go into the forest, lad?
I wish to pray to my god, Nimwa.
Well, definitely be sure to be on guard. Apparently, some of the townsfolk have mentioned a few of their family members have gone missing in the forest. We've scoured the forest and found nothing. You don't look like you're from town, so I just wanted to warn you. But by all means, pray away and bless Nimwa.
Thank you, sir. I hope Nimwa protects you as well amongst these times. So,
how far into the forest are you attempting to go?
maybe like, I don't know, 7 feet, 5 feet. I don't wish to go too far, as the forest holds many, so I do not wish. And with it being 2 p.m., I don't wish for it to be too late, so I will do a quick prayers.
Okay, so you're able to step into the forest, at the entrance to stay safer, and you're able to do your prayer, and you're able to make it back to town all within, a safe amount of time. Nothing really disturbs you.
Yeah.
All right. Do you head back to the tavern that the other two went into afterwards?
Yeah, I'll head back to the tavern to see what's up.
Okay, perfect. And then Benno, do you do anything before going to the tavern? Do you make a side trip anywhere?
Yes, but first I need to know if Jess and Captain bought the beer from me or not, and if Jess is still holding all the gold with.
So Dez and Rainey definitely went into the tavern to buy some booze, and they have that gold that Turako provided them. So if you wanted your fair share of that gold, you would have to do it now before Dez and Rainey spend it all, because we all know Dez spends all her money.
Lies and slander!
Alright. I'm gonna walk into the tavern after them, and I'm gonna reach into the gold bag and take out my share of 3 gold as she's ordering their first round of beers.
Okay, so really quick, I changed the map. I moved you guys to a different map now. So, Benno, you rush into the tavern to grab your share of the 20 gold. And Des and Rainy, you see Benno come wanting his money before you spend it all. But the barkeep that's behind the bar, he looks at you as cleaning some glasses. Ah, welcome to my tavern. What can I do for you?
Your best specialty booze.
Best specialty booze, you got it. For you or your friend here? He looks at Des.
For both of us.
Alright, for both of you. What about your shifter friend here, the bear shifter? He looks over at Benno. What about you? Would you like one?
You don't drink, do you?
I'll take a pint of your cheapest.
You're such a circle.
Circle.
He's so basic.
The barkeep looks at you and goes, "Alright. Well, for all 3 drinks, that'll be 1 gold."
One
I'm gonna reach
gold.
into the gold bag and take another out of the bag.
Hey, you already took your share. What are you doing?
And hand it to the barkeep. I'm making sure it doesn't come out of my pay.
Oh my god, I hate you.
You're evil,
You two
Benno.
order the expensive drinks.
The barkeep takes the gold. Very well. Alright then, let me grab you them drinks. And he walks away to pour some drinks, and as he's doing so, he hands you all your drinks, and eventually she and Pio are able to make it to the tavern. Again, there's not very many people in the tavern because it's somewhat early in the afternoon, but all of you are eventually at the tavern at this point. And as the barkeep provides you 3 your drinks, he just looks at you. Ah, none of you seem like you've been here in Wahima before. I've never seen any single one of you. You're not from town, I know that much. Where are y'all from?
We're from very, very far away. We just got off my ship, and now we just want a place to relax before we head out again.
Ah, well, there's no better place to relax than my lovely tavern. Tell you what, my tavern also houses travelers for the night. If you're looking for a place to sleep, there is no better place than next door. I also run the inn right next door. Would you like to pay for a couple of nights?
How expensive are we talking here?
Well, how many of you are we trying to house? All 3 of you? And he looks over
Well,
at
Des
you.
can sleep in a barrel, probably.
Hey, what? I have you know that I sleep on the floor back at home.
Well, I do have a couple of rooms that have 2 beds in them. I guess you could share a room if you'd like. But
No way! My roommate is too stinky.
your
Bunk
room?
beds!
What
I
about?
need my room to be soft and silky from my very sensitive fur.
Well, look nowhere else, friend. Our bed sheets are definitely soft and silky. What about those other 2? He points at she and Pio in the background that are making their way into the tavern a little bit later at this point, but he notices the 2 of them eventually come in. Are they part of your group?
I kind of stare at this, not knowing what to do because they technically did help, but at the same time, Captain doesn't want to spend too much money.
Des gives an eyebrow raise. How about another one on us? Again. Give it here, boy.
May I do a roll to be able to hear the conversation?
Yes, you may, Pio.
Which roll would that be?
That would be a perception.
Oh, shit!
you definitely hear the conversation.
No.
With a 23, you definitely hear.
Pio walks up and nods. Yes, me and our fellow acquaintance, she are indeed part of this crew, and we'd also like to rent one as well.
Ah, shit. Des mumbles under her breath.
Pio looks at Des. What, did you
How
like
do
to
you
say
hear
that?
this?
What can you say?
I'm an idiot sandwich.
Oh my god.
A wild hunt hit different.
the bartender looks at Pio step up, and all four of you now. Then he looks over at she. What is she doing at this point?
Well, she is looking. Is that a bookshelf over there?
Yes, there's a bookshelf.
She is looking for a copy of a book on monster ailments, so she can prove himself right.
Okay. Well, she is preoccupied doing whatever she is doing with the books. The bartender looks, for 5 of you, for one night, that'd be about 2 gold for one night. For all 5 of you.
How much would floor space by the hearth cost?
Floor space by the hearth, huh? Well, it can't be free. The lowest I can go is 1 gold.
I know this must be for you on the floor. I hope you're volunteering yourself here.
Let me hide behind this and keep the gold bag away from Benno.
I'm getting you lowered prices here.
Lower price is still payment here.
Listen, for all 5 of you per night is 2 gold. That's really cheap.
And
You're not gonna get.
I did for 1 gold to this one dude? Let me tell you, sir. Let me tell you about this one time that I took down Koldarian soldiers down for a single piece of gold. Okay, 2 gold is a lot after what I had to go through.
Well, you ain't gonna find a place cheaper than 2 gold for 5 of you. And as he says this, you all hear a voice in the background, and it is your good friend Biggie Smalley stepping through into the tavern. He's got a drink in one hand. Hey! Hey, guys! Don't forget to tell him about me! I'm staying with ya!
We should have paid before. We should have paid before he came.
And as he comes walking into the bar next to the 4 of you, he looks at the human behind, or the bartender, and he points up at him. Hey! I'm part of this amazing group! So yes! Count me in! And as the bartender looks, well, it was 2 gold per night for 5 of you. For 6 of you, that'd be 3 gold. Unless you want to share rooms. Someone's got to share a room if you want to keep it at 2 gold.
I just facepalm and growl.
And Biggie looks over at all of you. Hey, y'all can't forget me! We were in, crazy combat together! I don't know this place either. Look, I'm just a traveler too. Can't I just stick around with you for at least a night or 2?
Why is the food still talking?
I'm not food! He points over at she. You stop it! You stay away from me!
Hey, she, you got some room in your jar for our emergency rations? It's a bit chatty tonight.
Emergency rations? What do I look like, Paimon? Get out of here!
I'll split a room with BB. He was my gotcha after all.
Alright, well, you're paying for it, not from my back.
Bartender speaks up. All right. 6 of you, 2 gold. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 gold for the night. He holds his hand out. Unless you want to share rooms. If a couple of you want to share rooms, we can drop it down to 2 gold for all 6 of you.
Alright, who wants to... How do we want to split this roommate situation?
I promise you, each room has 2 beds, so you don't have to sleep on the floor. You don't have to share a bed.
I'll get the first room, as Des says, very drunk and not even saying who she's going to be sleeping with.
Fuck. Alright, I'll take one for the team, and I'll drag Des by the shoulder as much as I can. not because out of the goodness of his heart, but because he's worried that she's gonna say things that he doesn't want the others to know about.
That's a good friend of mine!
Biggie, he looks over at Pio and Benno. Hey! One of you guys gotta stay with that guy over there. I am not sleeping in the same room with she. He's crazy.
Well, that's it, is that you're sleeping with she. Thank you for your...
I didn't ask you. I did not ask you. I'm asking Pio and Benno.
She's not that bad.
He's trying to eat me.
I mean, he hasn't done it yet.
Yet is the key word.
Stop looking like food.
I told you, I'm not food. I'm a gnome.
All right. Listen up. If you want to stay with this team, you gotta learn to not be so argumentative, okay? Especially with the captain here.
Oh my goodness! You guys are ridiculous!
You can either stay with she or you're walking out that door.
He looks over at Benno. Come on, Benno, throw me a bone. What do you say? You and I, we can be partners in a room.
Throw him in bed!
Yeah, you can split a room with me tonight.
Oh, I hate you.
Biggie Smalley, he looks up at Benno and he taps Benno on the, I guess, I don't want to say shoulder because he can't reach Benno's shoulder. He taps you on, I guess, the hand. Thank you, Benno. I owe you one, buddy. And as he does so, the bartender, he just laughs out. Very well. If you're all going to share rooms, looks like it'll be 2 gold for the night for all 6 of you. He holds his hand out. 2 gold it is, then.
Well, Captain, you have the whole sharing of all of us. Hand it 2 gold.
Well done, Captain.
You have the bag. Look at us. We don't have the bag.
Fantastic
Can
job,
I use
Ogre.
Prestige? Can I use Presti to make an illusion of, I don't know, let me take some of Benno's shedding or something and illusion it into some gold coins.
Oh, okay.
And then pay with that.
Okay, so you're trying to make an illusionary image with gold. That looks like gold coins.
Yes.
Or non-magical trinket of some kind. That resembles gold. So, if you do this, he's gonna see you doing it. You'd have to go away and or at least try, or you have to make me a stealth check to see if he can see you doing this, if you're doing it in front of him.
What if I do it under the table?
If you do it under the table, he won't really notice it, so...
Okay.
He might question what you're doing, but he's not gonna see it.
I'm dividing up the gold out of the bag under the table.
Okay. So you don't have to make a roll. It's a spell that you can just do. Duration's up to 1. Remember, the duration is up to 1 hour. So if he takes this non-magical gold trinket that you create, it will vanish in 1 hour. He might realize it was fake at some point, or he might think someone stole it from him, depending on what happens. But you can just cast it and give it to him. You would have to make a deception roll to see if he believes it's actual gold. Oh, you rolled a 7. Okay. So you create this gold-like trinket to your best abilities. It's not your best spell casting of Presti, and the gold coin definitely looks off. And as you go to hand him, do you try to do it with 2 gold coins, or do you make 1 fake one?
1 fake.
Okay. You give him the 2 gold coins, one of them's fake, and as he takes them and he grabs onto the 2, one of them is a real gold coin, so he believes it. But because you rolled 7, which is fairly low, as he takes the second coin that you use Presti on, he holds it and it somewhat begins to bend in his hand, and he looks down at it as it bends. What is this? Are you trying to give me counterfeit gold?
No. It's genuine Coldarian soldier gold, okay?
This is fake. This is like the gold my mother would give us on Halloween. Chocolate.
Your mother is so freaking weird.
He looks at you. Don't you be trying to pull my leg now, boy. I'll have the guards in here. I'll have the guards in here if you try to swindle me. Now give me the other gold.
Des slams onto the desk in the front with the counter on and faces towards the troll. Say, if we and you, me, we go out of here and have a few dates. Let's say we can forget about this 1 coin. Want to make a deal?
Yeah.
And before she continues, she slams onto the counter and blacks out.
He looks down at Des and just shakes his head. She's drunk. Now give me my actual gold coin, or I'll call the gods for you attempting to lie, cheat, and steal from me.
Do you know who I am?
I don't, and I don't care.
May I raise a hand?
Yes,
Just slowly raise your hand.
I'll raise a hand. Sir, I'm sorry about Captain here. Captain, yeah, it's okay. The beer must be too much too for Captain. Here, have a coin. I'm sorry about this. We're so sorry. You're providing so much. You gave us a deal. We're very thankful.
He looks at Pio and he nods. Finally, that's someone that makes sense around here. And he holds his hand out. And you give him a gold coin?
Yeah, I'll give him a personal gold coin I have on me.
Okay, so he takes the gold coin, he nods, he smiles at Pio. It's a good thing that you're part of this crazy crew. If it wasn't for you, Cat Shifter, the rest of them would have been taken by the gods by now. He looks at Captain or Rainy. You have a lesson to learn here, my friend. Your friend here just saved your ass.
You all are just a bunch of yellow-bellied, liver-licking losers.
I could take away that coin.
I just spit water out of my mouth. Fuck.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I wasn't expecting that comment from you, but
What, that you're okay? Asking if you're okay?
no, the yellow licking belly comment that you. But anyways, what were you saying? My bad.
Shit, I don't know what.
You were some sort of insult.
The orc just.
Belly licking losers! I storm off with Des to the bedroom.
All right.
I'm assuming she's passed out.
Yeah, she's passed the hell out.
Alright, let me drag her by the tail.
The bartender shakes his head and he looks at the rest of you. Your captain there is off as a rocker.
Captain just has some issues.
I see
It's just a phase.
It's a phase.
Yeah.
How many phases does Captain have?
1.
Oh. The bartender laughs. Well, don't try to swindle me again and we won't have any issues. And he hands the rest of you the keys to your rooms. All right, now, off with you. And he turns around to continue cleaning some more glasses. However, before Rainy is able to step out of the tavern, an individual steps through the doors leading into the tavern. It's another male. He looks somewhat younger. He's about 22 or so years old. He has short black hair. He's a normal human. And he has these glasses on, fairly thick glasses. And he steps in. He's wearing peasant clothing. He's from town, you can tell. But he looks at Rainy, that's dragging Des now by the tail, and the rest of you. He instantly knows that you're all not from around town. He can tell some of you have seen combat before based off your equipment that you're wearing. And he quickly holds his hands out. Dear strangers, I am Ota. Can you please have a moment of your time? I wish to request something from you. I will pay you handsomely. He's trying to get all your attention.
Do we have to make perception checks?
No, he speaks out loud enough for you all to see and hear him. He's not trying to be sneaky or anything about it.
Listen, sir, I've had a long day with my
my
terrible crew. If you need help, you want to make it, you better make it quick.
And he walks up to the group. I saw you all walking into Wahima from the docks. I overheard the soldiers talking that you came from Dolren that was attacked by the Koldarian soldiers. And if you're able to survive that means you all are definitely skilled in combat in some way, shape, or form. Please, I will offer you a reward if you can help me.
How much money we talking here?
Well, my family doesn't have much money, but my family is owed a debt by someone who does have money. My father and I, we're from this small town of Wahima. My mother passed away many years ago, so it's only been father and I. He is much older nowadays. He has gone missing, and I believe that a monster or something took him in near the caverns, near the coastal areas of the forest. The soldiers here say they couldn't find anything, or they're too lazy to actually go look. But my father's been missing for 2 weeks now, and I worry. If you're able to help me find him, I will take you to a man that does owe my family a great debt, and he'll be able to give you a good amount of gold if that's what you want.
So, wait, he doesn't have the money. He has a person who the money who owes the dad money?
Yes, so basically his family, there is a man or an individual that owes his family a great debt. You don't know what it is yet, what the debt is, but Ota is basically telling you, this person owes my family a great debt. I can take you to this person if you help me find my father, and instead of that person paying my family the debt that's due, they can pay you instead.
Yes, are you still out?
Dez is still a little Dez is still unconscious, passed the hell out. You'd have to wake her up.
Okay, can I slap her?
Yes, you may.
Awake.
Yes.
She's basically my firepower. I can't fight for shit.
Well, he's also Ota is also speaking with Benno, Pio, and she as well. He knows you're all together, and he's trying to get all of your attention.
All right, I'm gonna be slapping Des while you guys talk it over. If you wanna do the quest.
Des, you feel the hand of Rainy just smack you across the face. It's enough force behind it to wake you, even though you're somewhat drunk at this point.
Oh my god, what's
Ota looks down at Dez and looks back up at Rainy and the others. I don't think your friend's gonna wake up.
Bartender, sir, do you have water? Captain, you know what to do with the water, right?
Yeah, drink it.
The bartender has a grin on his face. Oh, yes, we have plenty of water. You want to dump it on your friend to wake her up?
Seems like a deal. I mean, you pay back. You get payback, sir, for...
Yeah. I'll give you free water for that.
Thank you, dear sir. You want to do the honors, Captain?
Yeah, why not?
Biggie Smalley's in the back. Yeah! Dump the water over her head. Wake her ass up.
Des mumbles to herself the lyrics. There once was a ship that to see the name of the ship was a team.
Can I chill the water with my Presty?
Yeah.
Let me chill the water with the Presty.
Alright.
I just splash it on her.
Alright, it is ice cold water that's splashed onto Dez at this point. Dez, you feel the ice cold water just hit you in the face, and it wakes you up almost instantly.
Oh my god! What's going on here? Why is it so cold? I just drank lots and lots of alcohol and just even more cold than usual. Why'd you do that?
I need you awake for this poor dude. You left me hanging with freaking alcohol as usual.
Des slowly gets up and looks Captain in the eye. What small dude? Where is he? What does he want?
Oh my god. I grab Des by the shoulder and just shove her to turn around and see this poor Ota. By force.
Ota looks at Des. I'm Ota. He's talking about me.
Oh, shit. Hello. What do you want? As I nod towards him with my chin.
He basically explains exactly the same thing that he told the rest of them, that his father's been missing for a bit of time now, and the soldiers of town have not been able to find him, and he believes the soldiers truthfully didn't look hard enough, but he's offering a reward to your party if you're able to help him find his dad. He believes his dad might have been kidnapped by some potential monsters near the coastal areas of town. There are some caves and caverns along the sea that monsters will show up in from time to time, and he believes his dad might have been captured by one of them.
So, the prize is money, but, what's the quantity here we're talking about? We have a big crew here, including Biggie Small. Have you even seen the Biggie Smalley?
Biggie Smalley in the background, he takes both of his fists, and he kind of just, rams them up against his chest like a gorilla. Yeah! Me, Biggie Smalley! Woohoo! And Ota, he looks over at the gnome. That gnome is somewhat weird. But as far as the amount of gold that we're talking here, the man that owes my family a great debt, he is an elf from the Tagomi City. here on the island of Tagomi Island. He's a well-known elf. He has some wealth. And I'm sure he can give you a decent amount of gold. Or, you're not from around here, and I heard that you're not going to be sailing away with the orcish crew that are going to Shimara. You're staying here on Tagomi Island. If you're going to be traveling anywhere around Iwatsuni Isles, you're going to need a ship. Maybe he can give you a little ship or something, too.
I think this is a good deal. What do you guys think?
Hold on a second, buckaroo. This is why I'm the brains of this operation. How do we know they're actually going to pay us if there's no secure deposit with this?
Whoa, you're right.
Ota, he looks at you. I'll personally take you to Togami City myself. It is the main capital of Togami Island. And he knows me. I know the elf. His name, I'll even give it to you. His name is Arun Venmanor. He knows me and my family. He is a man of his word. He does owe us a great debt. It's just we've never collected it yet. I will travel there to Tagomi City with you. So you won't see me running away or anything.
So are you saying that you're gonna put yourself in the deposit?
I can guarantee you that you will be paid. If for some reason Arun Venmanor declines to pay you, I, Ota, promise that I will give you whatever I have instead.
Listen, Ota, I'm sure you're a great dude, but words are cheap, This is real life.
I am my father and I are nothing but simple fishermen. We don't not have a lot of wealth. I can give you whatever I have, but it's not much, which is why I would agree to give you the debt that's due to my family.
And this is exactly why I'm very unconvinced. You are but a poor peasant. I'm sorry to say.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying what you say. You are very poor. How am I supposed to trust that you have this debt on top of the fact that you're going to supposedly give us a reward? If you're poor, you don't really have anything we want, probably.
Fine, let me prove it to you. And Ota, he pulls out this wrapped up scroll and he hands it over to Rainy. And the scroll has there's a seal on, like an old school seal on it, but it's broken. And he looks at Rainy. Read the note. It's from Arun Venmanor himself. It has his family's crest and everything on it. If you ask anyone in town, they will tell you that is indeed the family name of Arun Venmanor. He is a high elf from Tirister. Everyone here knows of him. They can vouch for me. That is a direct note from him telling my father and I that he owes us a great deal in debt, and that when we decide to collect it, we may visit any time to do so. Read it, and you can ask any of the guards or soldiers here on Togami or Wahima, and they'll tell you exactly what I told you.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna shout over to the barkeep. Tavern master, can you speak to the truth of this?
The barkeep looks over. Yes, of course. That is our good friend Ota. His father indeed has gone missing for a couple of days or up to a couple of weeks now. His old father's a good man. Ota, as young and inexperienced as he is in the actual world, that man he speaks of, the elf, Arun Venmanor, he is indeed an elf from Tirister that resides in Togami City.
How can you guys trust this guy? He's the one that knocked me out earlier.
Who, me? I didn't knock you out. You knocked yourself out with the booze.
You dragged yourself out of commission.
You want to see your pocket?
Did your brain fall out?
Oh. Des looks towards the floor, blushing.
Ota's going to look at the other three that are really not speaking up as much as Des or Rainy. I mean, he hears Benno ask the bartender, but he looks over at Pio and she, what about you two? Do you not believe me? Look, the note has it all.
Let me see that. I know how to read. She'll walk over and take the note.
As you look at the note, you definitely can tell that the seal is a legit seal. I mean, it's been broken because Ota's father read the note. But you'll see the family crest. It is a delicate elven crest that has been stamped on this particular scroll. And it looks, for the most part, legitimate.
This clearly has writing on it. I think he's telling the truth.
I am definitely telling the truth.
She'll pass the note over to Pio to take a look.
Pio observes the note as well. I've seen this kind of writing before during my travels. Well, writing is writing.
Writing is writing.
Ota drops to his knees and he has both of his hands as if he was like somewhat praying. And he's now begging you. He's got his head down with his hands over his head, kind of like in a prayer position as he's begging you. Please, my father is the only one I have in my life. I have to find him. I'll do anything, please.
All right. Captain grabs little Ota by the head and just pats him and supports him back up and tells him, "You don't need to cause a scene. You're embarrassing me on behalf of you."
He stands up and he just nods. So you'll take it? You'll take this quest to find my father? Look, I will take you directly to Tagomi City to find Mr. Ven Manor, and if he is able to give you whatever he wants, I have skills too. I can help you around Iwatsuni Isles. You do know about the islands, right? Some of the islands here in Iwatsuni have been taken over by the Koldarians. Many of the clans here have agreed to work with them, so it's very dangerous depending on the islands that you visit. But some of the clansmen here in the islands are opposing Koldar. You have to know your way around. And I'm a fisherman. I know how to sail. I can show you in the right directions. I can take you places if you let me. I'll prove my worth.
I just put my fingy on his nose. Not nose. His lip.
Okay.
I tell him to shush. Alright, if we promise to go at least take a walkie around the park to find your daddy a little bit more than the soldiers, will you just stop with the whining?
Okay, I'll stop whining. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
He has a soft spot for people who don't really have much, despite him being like, "You're a peasant, you have nothing." As because he had nothing. And he hates that about himself, so.
Okay, so as you tell him that you will attempt to help, he describes to all of you that his father was last seen near the coast of town, past the forest that's nearby to the south, and it's only about 30 minutes or so away from town, but there are a couple of seaside caves, caverns, that he believes that his father was nearby because his father would occasionally go near these caverns to seek out some fishing spots when they are not on their fishing boat. But he thinks his father went missing during one of his days of work, and he gives you the exact locations, and again, it's about 30 minutes from town. However, he tells you, that you all can rest for the rest of the day and the night because you all have been traveling all day for the couple of days. So he won't bother you any longer, but he'll tell you that he'll travel with you to the caverns and show you where it's at. But he's not much of a fighter, so he'll probably stay outside of the caves while you guys look in. But when you agree to, he's thanking all of you now, and he goes, "Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you're doing. I really need to find my dad. And again, I promise you'll get paid. I really promise it's going to be worth it. And if there's anything you need here in Wahima, just let me know and I can help you out."
Got something that I want.
What is it?
Des looks towards his shoes. Can I have those? Or actually, give me those. As I try.
He looks down
Give me your shoes, boy.
He looks down at his shoes. He doesn't have full shoes on. He has somewhat like some sandals with rope that are tied around them, but he looks at them. All right, you can have my shoes.
And that stick. As I snatch the stick from his hands and use it as a back scratcher. This is good enough for me.
Okay. Like, is there anything else I can do for any of you?
I don't wish to rob you anymore. Sorry, you're good.
And he looks over at Benno and she, kind of shaking a little bit because he doesn't own much more. He doesn't want to get rid of anything else unless he has to.
I'm confused. Do we get the money now or later?
Yes, we have to wait and get it later, but we do have a safety deposit of 1 human boy!
Yes, you'll get it later. I'll take you to the city myself so that you may meet the elf that will have your payment.
And if you're lying, we never had human dishes before.
But I'm willing to try.
Whoa! Make an intimidation check.
Wait, Des, or...
Either one of you, because you seem to both be on board on the same thought process.
Wait, Des, do you have a higher intimidation?
My intimidation's 2. You go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna roll bad.
A 16. That's pretty
good.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
All right. So I'm going to make a roll for Ota. I rolled an 11, so it's much lower. Ota looks over at Des and Rainy. He goes, "No. What? You eat people? Don't cook me."
I mean, we had a Sangan, like, literally last night.
You hear in the background the bartender, "That's disgusting."
You're disgusting! You shut your mouth!
Benno, do you agree with like cooking this? Like, you're the chef who took care of it. We gotta think of Benno. Consent.
Captain and Des can cook it themselves. I've still got plenty of fish to eat.
That's fine with me. I'm just gonna borrow a pot.
Ota's shaking his head. "You're not gonna cook me. I promise you'll get paid."
We won't have to as long as you're not lying.
And at this time, Biggie Smalley is just like, "Look at ya! Treating everyone like Paimon. Not everyone's food, guys! And I'm not gonna eat any humans. Don't discount me. I'm part of the group, right?"
Hey, if it fits in the mouth, it's edible.
Debatable.
Debatable. Biggie Smalley he steps up. "You guys forgot to ask me. I'm part of the group now, aren't I?" He gives you this wide grin. "I'm Biggie Smalley, gnome extraordinaire. You can't forget about me."
Are you offering yourself to the stew now?
No, you stay away from me. You stay away from me, she. I don't like you. You're weird.
I'm not weird. I've tasted gnome before, and I'm keen to try it again.
What? You've eaten gnome before?
Is that what the book said?
The book said gnomes cure most allergies.
That's a damn lie! I'm sticking with Benno. He's the only one that makes sense around here. Maybe even Pio. But Benno's my boy. He runs away. I'm sticking next to you, man. These guys are crazy. Ota, he is confused. He thinks you're all off your rockers, but he's not going to say anything else, and he just bows down. "Thank you. What time do you want to go tomorrow morning? You all can rest for the rest of the evening. I'll meet with you all in the morning, and I'll take you to where I think my father is."
We'll leave when we're good and ready.
"All right, I'll just wait here outside of the inn and the tavern for you once you're ready tomorrow morning. Thank you so much, guys. Good day." He's going to turn around and he's going to walk away without his shoes and his stick. He walks out the tavern.
Robbed.
Jesus.
Rob the poor kid. The bartender just
pretty
shakes
much-
his head. "You guys are a rough crowd, aren't you?"
I was
I
bluffing
see.
for most of it.
Well, I hope you do find Ota's father. Ota's a good boy, and his dad's a good man. You know, I hope you find him. And I promise you that Uron Venmanor, that's an elf that's definitely known here in Tagomi Island. He's one of the very few elves that live here. That's from the continent of Tirist. I'm sure you'll be able to be rewarded heavily by this Venmanor fella.
I see we skip town before he shows up again.
Honestly, yeah.
You sure that's taking you just wanna leave.
You don't want the gold then.
I do want the gold.
And potentially a ship too.
But did he say he was gonna give us ship?
Yeah.
He said a small ship. It could be just a toy boat.
Des looks at the group. Guys, even if we get this boat and it's not a toy boat, what are we even going to do with it? We just got here and I don't know. I was just working my day job and all of a sudden I'm in this mess with you guys. No offense, Captain. But I mean, what am I supposed to do here? I don't even have a goal. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be doing. As I think to myself, as Des thinks to herself, she thinks about the dream that she just had. She doesn't know if it's true or if it's fake, but she keeps on wondering what it is.
And remember, Rainy, you did have the voice speak to you as well, and the voice did mention everyone's names. Again, that's up to you if you want to share that information or not. I'm not going to tell you either way. But
shit, was I supposed to?
No. That's only if you want to. You don't have to. Whatever your character would do. I just wanted to let you know that if you wanted to tell the team, you most certainly can. But that's totally up to you. That's totally up to you. Whether they believe you or not, that's up to them. Again, I don't want to tell you what to do. That's just an option. But as Des is thinking these thoughts, that is definitely a thought that someone would have at this point in time. Des has no goal, does not know what she's going to do with herself. But this is kind of the time for the party to discuss potentially what your goals are and where you're going to be going from this point. And I can use Biggie Smalls or Biggie Smalley to start that conversation, because now you're at the point where you've all discussed that you're not going with Turako and his crew back to Shimada. You're all decided to stay here on Tagomi Island, but keep in mind, I can share the map again in the future, but Tagomi Island is one of 8 islands that form the Iwatsuni Isles. So if you're planning on staying on Tagomi Island, that's where you're stuck at because you don't have a ship to really leave. If you're planning to go to another island or whatnot, you're going to need a ship of some kind, or you're going to need someone to take you around. But this is like a good time to really solidify potentially what you guys are wanting. I mean, you don't have to have this discussion right now. It can be after you find Ota's father. Something might happen that might push you into another direction. But the whole goal I had for Sezamir was the voice that both Rainy and Des heard. Sezamir is supposed to be this entity, this person that kind of drives the two of your characters and keeps you all together with a plot hook. Like, obviously, you don't have to take the plot hook. It's whatever you guys decide. But as Des is talking, or were you saying that out loud, Des, or was that all in your head?
That was all in my head to invite anyone who wants to talk about it at any time that they want. But yeah, it was all in my head. Okay, like I didn't say that out loud.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and use Smalley Biggie. It's best. I find it's best to use NPCs to bring conversations like this up. But I'll use Biggie Smalley. Biggie Smalley looks at the 5 of you at this point. After Ota has left, Biggie Smalley is just like, well, tell you what, guys. You know, that note he had definitely looked real. The bartender agreed with him, and he said that we could ask anyone in town that would, tell us that this elf guy is true. I don't know where I'm going from here. I was going to go to Aloria, but now with all the Kodarians everywhere, I don't know if I maybe just want to go back home to Tirister. I have to find a way back home, though. What about you guys? What are y'all going to do?
Oh, I have a place for you, Gnome.
I'm not going with you, she!
Okay, I turn to Des and Captain puts his Captain cross his arms across his fluffy chest and looks at Des with concern, and both concern but also impatience, and asks her very as genuinely as possible. Unlike anything he said so far, this time he's really genuine to her. Des, you've been working at that dead-end job. No offense to your boss or anything, but you've been working there for so long, wasting your life away. And with everything that's happened so far, I still can't believe you're still blind and deaf to your potential. Didn't you always want to go on an adventure? I know this isn't exactly the biggest adventure you were thinking of, looking for some kid's dad or whatever. But isn't this way better than tending to random drunkards' whims? bringing them booze and cleaning up and mopping.
As you say deadbeat job, Coldmess steps into the tavern. Ah! There you all are! I was looking for you! He slowly makes his way to the group and he sits down. Don't mind me! Just was looking for you all. He sits down. He's tired. He's old. Sorry, Des. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
That makes it more amazing. Deadbeat job? You mean great job? Captain, this is the only job that's giving me money enough to pay those booze. You're completely right. I remember when I came to this place, I was completely lost and I really didn't know who to turn to. But when I was so young and I didn't really have a goal in mind anymore because I just was completely lost, that my goal just completely was down the toilet from all the news that was heard around and all the rumors that had spread. But you have been showing me the way and being a great friend. I mean, we haven't been together for a very long time, but we did have the same aspirations. And to be able to adventure with you just makes it that much more endearing to me. And it just reminds me of all the past times that we used to have, to be adventurous and to have goals and to be motivated as we possibly could. But when I was in that nudge, great job, I was just trying to live by life.
Well, you got a chance now. I can't really promise you that you'll make riches like you did at your job. But I can at least guarantee that you'll at least get a laugh along the way. And I feel like that's more worth it than just working a 9 to 5.
Say, you talk about me, but how come you're in this position? Why did you even want to be a captain? Why did you change your name from Rainy to Captain?
Oh my god. Such a loud mouth. Captain pinches his nose bridge. Do foxes have nose bridges?
He doesn't have.
Okay, he has a nose bridge now. He shakes his head, smiles at her like, you stupid fuck, but you're my stupid little fuck.
Oh my god.
Aww.
And he heartily pats Des on the back and says, I don't think I can tell you right now, but I will definitely tell you in the near future. Not because of anything suspicious or anything. It's just, I don't think it might be a hunch, but I don't think these guys trust me very much.
Des is taken aback that Captain won't share his adventures or his goal with her. But she respects his decision and says, you know what? That's fine. We can take this another place.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna confront Benno. Hey you, big, tough and ugly.
So.
It's clear that you're gonna be a thorn in my side, so what's your deal, huh? Why are you still sticking by us after everything that just happened? What's your deal?
Well, you lot are good in combat, if nothing else, and you supply me with the ongoing supply of good ingredients.
Wait, so you actually liked cooking the shit? What was that thing called? Fishman. Sangan.
They made pretty good fish and chips.
Captain is looking oddly proud of himself, even though Benno was the one who cooked it. All right, so are you going along with this whole debauchery that we got going on? You really got nothing better to do?
Yeah, it served my purposes well enough. And who knows what monster might have taken him. Might be the next great ingredient. I can always use some more gold.
Captain clings to his gold back and stumbles back a little bit in suspicion. Alright, well you keep your little paws off my gold stash. I don't trust you, but you make a mean soup. So I guess you're somewhat useful enough to keep around. What about you, She? I respect someone who can match my wits. What are you on about?
Well, I'm always on board for free bodyguards. Friends. I can't be in business as a corpse, you know.
Hey, one merchant to another. I respect that. Put her there. Captain extend his paw for a handshake.
She will extend a hand that's covered in fish slime.
Amazing. Amazing.
Oh, God.
Delicious. I like you, She. I feel like we're gonna be good partners. Even though I'm also using you as a bodyguard. Okay.
I think you're adequate, too.
Hey, Pio. Why are you on this trip with us? I mean, you're a cleric. Do you know how many clerics are needed back in town?
Well, even if I stayed in town, the issue is just the fact that the Kolgarians are going to catch up, or eventually catch up, so essentially I could be captured, and I think I could help along the way. I mean, it benefits. I can help somewhat in the towns and somewhat on the journey as we go. I mean, I didn't really have a set goal.
You're going to risk your life. You're going to this cavern with so many unknowns, and you're gonna have to risk your life for it. And you know how nicely padded the beds are in prison, and how well cooked the food is behind that jail bar.
Yeah, I'd be rough sometimes, but I'm a cleric. What can you say? I kind of throw myself out there. I'm already doing it.
That's true. I mean, you can heal yourself up afterwards, right?
Yeah, and I can find more targets to burn, so it helps. Keep warm for winter.
Just warning you, you're gonna be traveling with this little rascal right here.
Who's this little rascal? As I look towards Conmay.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
Conmay is leaning back in his chair. He's got this nice little cup of tea in his hands. He has this little plate that's under the teacup. He takes a sip of his tea. Oh my goodness. He has this grin on his face, this smile, this weak old man. Listen to all of you. You all came from my tavern, the Shell's Enlightenment, and through the adventures together, you have reached enlightenment within yourselves. Oh, it pleases this old man's heart to hear you all youngsters going on this grand adventure. I, Conmay, unfortunately, are too old. I shall remain here in Wahima, where I think I will live the rest of my days safe from the damned Koldarians. Oh, Des, you are always a good worker. I hope that you and your new friends here find meaning for yourselves in your lives.
I wish we can too, Conmay. It's been real with you. I really admire that you took me in at such a young age and not knowing anything about how to barkeep, but the fact that you would teach me all these ways, it means a lot to me. And also, how about my 401k plan?
Oh my goodness. His eyes widen. Oh, about that. When the Shell's Enlightenment was taken by the Koldarians, everything was taken from all of us. I don't even have my retirement anymore.
Come on, you just scammed me? What the hell, old man?
I wasn't scamming you, Des. They took it from us.
Alright, fair.
If there's anyone you want to be angry with, be upset with Koldar. The Empire is evil, vile. They're all terrible.
Alright, Des, if you join me on my travels, I can give you way better promises that won't even need a 401k retirement.
God damn. Way to kick an old man down after he lost everything, guys.
Honestly, Captain, at the end of the day, money just makes me buy more drinks to not solve my problems, but I just want to become a stronger person. If you can promise me that, then I'll go with you.
I have to get strong, or you?
Oh, I will have to get strong. You'll have to train me. You'll have to train me to become a strong mouse. I might be physically scary, but I want to be emotionally strong too.
You know what? If you promise to stay by my side, then you got yourself a deal.
Des reaches out her hand and then spits in it. You got yourself a deal, mate, and winks.
Oh wait, I used my fish slimy hand to shake the spit hand.
Oh, Jesus.
You got yourself a deal.
Hell yeah.
So, as you all have these conversations with one another, I'll say that time continues forward, and you all slowly get to learn more about each other. As far as the role-playing aspect, obviously, you're not going to tell everyone about your complete lives, and we're going to definitely learn about each character the further we go, based off the role-playing that we do. But you all able to relax for the rest of the day, and as promised, the barkeeper here that does own the tavern next door as well, or the inn, I should say, you all have comfortable rooms. There's 2 beds per room, nice, soft, silky bed sheets, comfortable cushions, pillows. You're all able to rest well for the night. And as you all do so in the morning, before any of you are even awake, unless someone decides to get up incredibly early, Ota, the 22-year-old human, is waiting outside the inn, and he has a bag on his back. He's up extremely early in the morning. He does not want to miss any single one of you, and he is going to wait all morning until you all step out. And at that point, I'll go ahead and say that ends this episode of Taverns and Cavern Side Stories, everyone.
Woo! We did it!
That was fun.
Congratulations. This is HaphazardDM. You can find me on Twitter at HaphazardDM or on Twitch at HaphazardDM. Thank you.
I'm Des, and I played the Mouse Shifter Monk. I am also a mouse VTuber on Twitch. Right now, I'm currently just using Twitch. You can find me at Desporous, Desporous. It's very hard to spell, but I post all my socials there, but I'm currently just using Twitch.
Hello, I played the captain. I promise he's not as mean as it sounds. But yeah, I played the shifty fox rogue. I also do Twitch. My handle is just the same, RainieDew, and I also have Instagram and Twitter, but I'm most active on my Discord server and Twitch. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Slyvnash, same on Twitter, and I've been She.
I've been Benno the Bear. I occasionally show up on Rainie's channel doing collabs. It's been fun.
Hi, I'm Pikanyuu. You can pronounce it either way. I play as Pio, your shifter cleric cat, who burns everything, I guess. I do have social Instagram, Twitter, they're both by Palette PALETE_YUU. I'd please go check out Haphazard and Desporous and RainieDew. They're all great people. It's like check out on.
All right, well, thank you, Pecan. Those are all of our lovely players that played with us tonight. And again, listeners, please remember that they were all brand new to this D&D demo, and they all did such a wonderful job. Please, for everyone here that gave a shout out to their social medias or their channels on Twitches, please check them all out. They're all lovely, wonderful people, and a lot of them are amazing artists, believe it or not. They all made lovely art of their own characters. Definitely go to their channels to check out the artwork they created. Again, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you all playing D&D with me tonight. With that, we'll go ahead and say goodbye here. Take care, everyone.